Is it time to replace your Christmas tree skirt? With the holidays coming up, spruce up your space with this velvet tree skirt. Using our template, I made mine with a scalloped edge, but we also included a classic circular shape that's a little more beginner friendly. As always, don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and we can get started.
When printing out any of our templates, you should always make sure that the box on the first page is a perfect square inch. If it is not, your computer may have scaled the template when you printed, so go back and make sure that you are printing on the actual size setting as opposed to scaled. Download the Christmas tree skirt template from our website, assemble it, and then cut it out. Included in our template are two different variations. I will be making mine with the scalloped edge, but if you like a more streamlined look, you could go with the classic circle skirt. Once it's together, you'll notice that the template is only a quarter of the full skirt. So fold the fabric in half and line the edge up to the fold. Trace the first quarter, then swing the template around and mark out the other half. Don't forget to mark out the center circle before moving the template. Cut the fabric out while it is still folded to get a symmetrical shape. You're going to need a top and bottom panel, so repeat the process to cut out an identical piece. Pin the top and bottom pieces with right sides together. Pin way more than you think you need to, especially if you're working with velvet, as it can be a really slippery material to work with. Also, it's important that all of the scallops are the same size as the one that they're matched up to, so if you need to trim one down to match the one below it, I highly recommend doing so. Using my straight edge, I'm going to cut from the scalloped edge to the center hole. To make sure it is straight, fold the skirt in half and match it up to the scallop on the opposite side. Use that line to make your ruler straight. Pin both sides of the opening in place. Sew the entire skirt around the edge, leaving about a 10-inch gap on one side of the opening in the back. Start at the back opening before a corner and end on that same side right after the other corner. It's much trickier to close corners with an invisible stitch, so make sure you plan it out a little before so you don't have to deal with figuring that out. When you are sewing, go slow and take your time pulling out pins and rotating the fabric. If you're using velvet, be extra vigilant because it can be really slippery, and don't forget to backstitch at the beginning and end. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit here because I did have some puckering and I wanted to show you what that looked like. I did not pay enough attention to the scallops being the same size before sewing, and I probably could have pinned about twice as much as I did, and that would have really helped. So do as I say and not as I do. Cut away any bulkiness happening around your seams. Flip the entire thing right side out through the opening, making sure to pop out all of the corners. Iron all of the seams down flat using a press cloth. Fold in the edges of the opening so they match the seams on the surrounding sides, and iron the opening so you can sew it closed easily. using an invisible stitch, sew the opening closed. If you've never sewn an invisible stitch, or you need a refresher on the steps, I will link our invisible stitch tutorial above and in the description box down below. Match up the edges of the slit and measure and mark out where you would like the closures. The marks should be directly across from each other. I wanted to use hook and eye closures along the slit. Sew the closures on using your guides. Make sure that when you are sewing, all of your hooks are on one side and all of the loops or the eyes are on the other.
And now your tree skirt is complete. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more crafting tutorials, tips, and tricks, and we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
The materials you will need for this project are 3 yards of velvet. I'm using RK Classics taupe velvet fabric, thread, hook and eye closures, chalk or a fabric marker, the template that you can find for free on our website, and a sewing machine.